Hello, I'm Armin Budish. Welcome to Golden Opportunities.
Today, there's a painful mystery afoot. We'll crack the case of what sets feet aflame. Then, who wouldn't want a financial gain without risk? We'll check out an investment that might fit the bill. Want to plant a smile on your face? We'll get to the root of your teeth troubles. Plus, we'll travel to the center of an up-to-date breast cancer and screening treatment. And learn how the sequester cuts are affecting you.
It's time to get GOing, so pull up a chair and join us at our kitchen table for Golden Opportunities. Walking on pins and needles. For most of us, that's a toss-away phrase. But if you get peripheral neuropathy, you don't take these words lightly, because that's exactly how you feel. It's painful. Fortunately, Dr. Noel Aboud is here to offer relief, and his solution is shocking, in a good way. Dr. Aboud's with the Solon Spine and Wellness Center. Thanks for joining us, Doctor.
Thanks.
So, what is peripheral neuropathy?
What it is a condition where either in the hands, but more commonly in the feet, you get a burning, a numbness, a tingling, and oftentimes on the bottom of the feet, you don't feel even the floor underneath your feet.
If you don't treat it, can it get worse?
I mean, worst case scenario can start leading into amputation of toes and into the feet.
Wow. So, but we've all had our feet sore at some time or cramped up. How do we know if it's the shoes, or how do we know if it's something more serious?
I think you'll know if it's neuropathy. Typical cases of neuropathy in the lower extremity, the lower part, is you'll see your legs might become purple or almost black in the legs, and then the toenails will become thickened, lack of hair. You'll see different changes in temperature. You'll feel your feet may feel hot or they may feel cold. You just won't be able to be sure, like that electrical shocking feeling into the feet as well.
All right, so there's a new treatment available for this ailment. Tell us about it.
Well, what happens in neuropathy is typically a blood circulation problem, right? So there's not enough blood, new blood coming in and old blood leaving. And so this waste product builds up in the feet, and it acts like a battery acid on the nerves, and it eats away at the nerve lining. It's called the myelin sheath, and so that's when you get the burning pain. So this technique came about for people that were suffering with diabetes. We put sticky pad electrodes right on your legs and on your feet, and you'll see the feet contract and relax, and it's been proven to increase blood flow by 500%.
Wow, so it's like an electric shock?
It is to some degree,
like
right?
That?
But no, I think we're talking about two different things here.
Okay.
But it will contract the muscles, and it is to some degree relaxing. But within 16 days, we're noticing something called granulation, which is on a microscopic level. We're seeing the regrowth of new nerve tissue, muscle, and bone.
Wow. So
been eaten away.
So how long does this process take?
Typically, what I like to do is evaluate a patient, and if I feel they're a good candidate for what we're doing, we'll try maybe 10 sessions, maybe 20, but typically over...
How long is a session?
It's an hour session, so you're on it. We also use a product called low-level laser on the feet. It's all natural. We're not doing this we're not using any kind of medications at all on this condition.
It's not surgical?
Not at all.
And does it work?
We're finding 7 out of every 10 in our office that we're working on are getting better and getting relief. And these are patients that have had problems for many years.
And you put some results up on the screen. So is this what it does? Mobility is improved?
Yeah, one of the biggest things we see is people aren't walking stable. They feel unstable walking, so they have canes or walkers, and this will bring stability back in and mobility and color into the feet. We have photographs, and maybe next time if I'm on, I'll show photographs of before and after these treatments. You see the skin color change. Yeah.
So how long does this treatment last? Permanent, or do you have to
difficult
do it every
to say
few
it's
years,
permanent,
or?
Depending on the condition. But for most of the patients that we do a tune-up 2 or 3 times a year. Just have them come in for a session, and we seem to do well with it. Great. Some patients, we even have them take the machine home if it's a severe condition.
Great. Thank you very much, Doctor. Appreciate
Thanks.
the information. Mm-hmm. If your life has focused on the fire in your feet, it's time to put your foot down and get help. Give Dr. Aboud a call. His number's coming up next.
For more information, call the Solon Spine and Wellness Center at 440-248-5070 or log on to www.solonbackpain.com. Next, understanding annuity arbitrage. But first, in 1995, the sophisticated scientists at NASA, the National Aeronautics and Space Administration, had a pecking order requiring a bird-brained answer. Namely, the space shuttle needed protection from probing woodpeckers. What scientific solutions solved the situation? We'll tell you who came up with the answer when we return.
Welcome to Breckenridge Village, a continuing care retirement community conveniently located in historic Willoughby, Ohio. Whether it's a luxury apartment, a spacious ranch home, or newly built brownstones, it's all here with the added security of knowing more care is available when you need it. Breckenridge Village offers an exciting and upbeat lifestyle, and the food is fabulous, and our staff makes you their #1 priority. Learn more about Breckenridge Village and come see our new Veal Wellness and Aquatic Center.
A NASA employee employed his ingenuity to solve the pesky problem of woodpeckers picking on the space shuttle. He wisely purchased 6 plastic owls who faked out those pecking predators.
Annuities aren't always easy to understand investments. For example, if you ask the question, how much is my annuity worth? Did you know that there are as many as 5 different answers, and all could be correct? Rick Nye has brought along a bunch of buckets to fill to the brim with information about these answers. Rick's the CEO and president of Nye Financial Group. Thanks for joining us, Rick.
Thank you, Armin.
All right, Rick, so is there an easy answer to the question, what is an annuity?
Well, a dictionary would define an annuity as a series of periodic payments over the life of an annuitant, joint life of an annuitant, or a period certain. But that's the simplified answer. It gets complicated when we start to talk about deferred annuities.
All right, so to help us understand the different values, you've brought a bucket brigade with you.
Absolutely.
To talk at least about how we can determine value. So to start us off at bucket number 1.
Well, you know, I've found with my clients to simplify things, we've got interchangeable parts, we've got different values for annuities, and bucket number 1 is our contract value, and that's simply stated, what is my annuity worth without consideration of surrender charges.
Right, and all these buckets are just loaded with money. Okay, so go to now bucket number 2.
Well, bucket number 2 is cash surrender value, and that would be your contract value less your surrender charge, if any.
All right. Bucket number 3.
Your income benefit base value is a value that works independently of the interest that is credited to your contract. The income benefit base value is a bucket that will provide guaranteed income either now or at some future point.
And is that number based on the amount that you put into the annuity and what it's grown to?
Yes, originally it is the income benefit base value and the contract value at day 1 is the same.
I see.
But that income benefit base value may be applied a different interest rate. Some today have 6 to 7% interest guaranteed on that income benefit base value.
If it's that high an interest rate, then the income-based value bucket will be higher than the contract.
There you go.
All right, I'm learning. It takes a while for me.
You're catching it.
Bucket 4.
Bucket 4 is death benefit value, and that simply stated is what your beneficiaries are going to receive at your death without consideration of taxes.
So do you get a death benefit on all these different annuities?
No. The death benefit value can be different than the contract value, could be different than the income benefit base value, could be different than the cash surrender value.
So you got to ask questions. Okay, number 5.
Number 5 is the net death benefit value, and that is what your heirs are going to receive after Uncle Sam takes his share, because we are talking about a tax-deferred annuity, Armin. We're not talking about a tax-free annuity.
All right, well, I don't know about all of us, but I'm starting to learn, but this is complicated, and people think, oftentimes I know, and people don't understand annuities. Tell us about how we can get more information.
Well, we can get more information by calling our office. We also have some workshops. Our seminar called What Every Baby Boomer and Retiree Needs to Know. We have some on Saturday, June 22nd, and Tuesday, June 21st, and Thursday on the 27th.
All right. Well, this is great information. Thank you very much, Rick, for opening our eyes up.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
All right.
Get your annuity questions answered. Give Rick a call or attend one of his seminars. Just use the number that's up next.
To learn more, call the Nye Financial Group Incorporated at 1-800-837-8848 or log on to their website, www.nygroup.com. Next, helping your smile blossom. Looking for places to go, things to do? Welcome to our community calendar. Feeling misinformed about Medicaid and nursing home costs? Attend a free seminar presented by the law offices of Budish, Solomon, Steiner, and Peck. There are 4 opportunities to get the facts. Monday, June 10th at 2 p.m. at the Beechwood Law offices. That same night at 7 p.m. at the Holiday Inn at Rockside. Also, Wednesday, June 12th at 3 p.m. at the Middleburg Rec Center, and again at 7 p.m. at the Westlake Rec Center. For more information and to register, call 1-888-236-5173 or log on to www.budishandsolomon.com.
Summertime and the living is easy. The warm weather and added daylight motivates us to do more with our days. Dentist Steve Marsh has a suggestion for how to use those extra hours. He's ready to share why summer is an ideal time to add sizzle to your smile. Thanks for joining us,
You're
Steve.
welcome, Armin. It's cute introduction.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Summer is vacation time. You're saying that we should not take a vacation from our teeth care, though.
No, I mean, we certainly want to maintain our teeth during the summer, just like every other time of year. But the other thing is we have patients who are very busy, some teachers or students who really don't have time away. Sometimes it's college students coming back. Sometimes the people go to Florida for 7, 8, 9 months. And so the summer's an opportune time, I think, to spend some time in taking care of your teeth. And I think appointment hours are generally in most offices a little more flexible in the summer.
So you have some pictures of teachers that spent their summer vacation improving their smiles.
Yeah, and some of their summer vacation. And this is a patient, a woman who had been a teacher, Armin, for, I can't remember, 32 years. She was about to actually retire. She was unhappy with her smile. They were worn out, and she thought as she went into the last couple of years of teaching, she'd like to do something with it. And this is a case where we just did some gum contouring with a laser to raise it and give her some brighter, whiter teeth. We used porcelain veneers there. We also took care of some teeth that she hadn't spent much time with that had some decay, and it's a wonderful time to address those things as well. And this is a patient, Armin, some of your viewers may remember, who came to us. She was a retiring teacher, and that was her before and after. She had a very hesitant smile. And as she entered into retirement, she said she'd really like to have a beautiful smile, so we were able to do that, and she had lots of time during the summer.
Okay, and this picture?
This is a patient who is another teacher, and it's unfortunate. She said when she was in front of her class, she taught elementary school, she literally didn't smile. You can see why. Over the years, she lost some bone, and those teeth rotated. You can see that. That's what happens when we have periodontal disease. She really had no time to take care of that. Also took care of an aging parent. Had some decay, and I know that's pretty unsightly, so she always hid her smile. In the second picture, we initially took care of those teeth by taking them out, giving her a partial, and giving her that smile, something she was really proud of.
And you mentioned snowbirds, people who leave Cleveland for a while and then come back.
Hard to believe anybody would leave the snow.
I think it's terrible, but some people do. And you've got some pictures there.
Sure, we thought we'd look at some people who take the opportunity to do it. So we have people who go to all different places. This woman spends her time on the west coast of Florida. Her daughter, who's a patient, dragged her in and said, "Mom, let's do something." And also her grandchildren said something. So in this case, we reshaped some teeth. We gave her white porcelain veneers. We have lots of different shades. She wanted something very white, so I try to listen to and respond to the patient.
Very good. And this last one.
This is an Arizona woman, and her problem was over the years her teeth had drifted down Her lower teeth had really gotten very crowded, so we used porcelain veneers on the front, upper and lower, did some reshaping. And she said, I'd like to do this in as few appointments as possible. So over the course of about 2 months, we were able to redo pretty much her whole mouth for her.
Very good. Always nice to see what you can do before and after, Steve.
Well, thanks. My pleasure, Armin.
Your teeth work hard for you every day, so don't take time off from keeping them looking their best. Give Steve a call so your smile, like the summer sun, will just keep on shining. We'll be back.
See what Dr. Stephen March can do for your smile by calling 440-461-1003 or visit www.clevelandsmiles.com. Next, for your ears only. It's time to get up and go, an exercise minute on golden opportunities.
Hello everybody, I'm Mike Carbon from Breakout Fitness, and today we're here to show you how to really isolate those biceps and work your stabilization muscles by utilizing your exercise ball. You ready to go?
Is this how you and I got those great biceps?
That's right.
All right.
This is actually what Armand has taught me. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to roll out here. We want our abdomen and our chest on the ball. We're going to have our arms straight out in front of us. We want the elbows to actually be stationary here. So we're going to go ahead and grab these dumbbells. We're going to bring and twist them up one at a time, return them back down to the starting position, okay? Bring them up to about a 90-degree angle. We're looking for 15 to 20 repetitions, at least 5 to 10 reps per arm, okay? Take your time, slow and controlled, and remember to breathe. How you doing?
15 to 20 within a couple days?
No, per time, actually. 2 to 3 sets per time.
All right.
Good job. All right, everybody. Once again, take your time, slow and steady. And now it's your turn to get up and go.
For your copy of the exercise booklet, please send $1 for postage to Golden Opportunities, 23240 Chagrin Boulevard, Suite 450, Beechwood, Ohio, 44122.
The chance of a woman having invasive breast cancer sometime during her life, it's about 1 in 8. And those odds are not great, but the good news is breast cancer deaths are going down, probably due to better screening and earlier treatment. Radiologist Dr. Michael McNamara is the head of the breast center at Metro Health, and he's here to share the latest information about the fight against breast cancer. Thanks for joining us today, Doctor.
Absolutely, my pleasure.
So there's tremendous advances being made in how screening is done, including right at Metro Health, some really exciting new technology. Can you tell us about that?
I certainly can. It's a very exciting time to be a breast imager and to be involved with women's health care. Over time, technology has advanced both in cell phones and cars and so on. That same magnitude of advancement is coming in medical equipment as well. So we've had, over the last 30 years, 2 or 3 major developments. The most significant came online in 2011. It's called tomosynthesis, and that's just a fancy way of saying that we take the mammographic image data and we present it to the radiologist like slices of a CAT scan. So therefore, instead of structures being superimposed, we can actually see layer by layer through the breast. It's not perfect, no test is perfect, but it allows us a higher degree of sensitivity.
So is this a new machine that takes a picture like an X-ray type machine?
It's much like the standard mammography equipment, except that the gantry, the portion that houses the tube, sweeps between -7.5 and 7.5 degrees and incrementally takes a total of 15 very low dose pictures.
And so what is the actual benefit to you when you look at the pictures afterwards? What's better about it?
What's better about it is that we have more data. We have the ability to see slice by slice rather than everything superimposed. So if you can imagine you have a basket and you fill the basket with various objects. Being able to go layer by layer like an archaeologist through it gives you a better sense of what's in the basket as opposed to taking a picture from above and seeing everything superimposed.
Does this new technology get used in conjunction with other diagnostic tools, or is this in and of itself all that's necessary?
It stands as itself for screening. It
Okay.
will be the way that everybody screens.
And this is available right now at Metro Health.
It's available right now at Metro Health. In fact, we are the leader in our area with deployment of tomosynthesis units.
How often should a woman get this done?
It depends on the age, and it depends on what her risk factors are. In general, women should begin mammography at age 40 and have a yearly mammogram from there until their physician determines that it's no longer in their benefit to have one. So there may be a perfectly healthy 75-year-old or 80-year-old who's out playing tennis. She'd be a good candidate. On the other hand, if her health is less than ideal, then her physician may decide in her later years to taper off with mammography. But certainly women in their prime years, we really want to screen them yearly.
And the tomosynthesis is, in effect, takes the place of the traditional mammography.
Right now, it is in addition. The FDA, to allow approval of what is literally a revolutionary way of looking at the breast, told the company, Hologic, that makes this equipment, that it's necessary to have a standard 2D mammogram as well as the sweep.
Well, it's what you're doing is so exciting. I know it's having an impact on reducing death, reducing serious problems.
We have found significant increase in sensitivity. I had a lady just yesterday with a dense breast pattern, overcast, cloudy sky appearance, and could see nothing of interest on the initial 2D mammograms. We looked at the 3D data set, and there's a small cancer.
Wow.
So we feel sad to see it, but glad that we were able to identify it. Yeah.
Thank you very much, Doctor.
You're very welcome.
Odds are you or someone you know will experience breast cancer, but there are ways to tip the odds in your favor through screening, early detection, and early treatment. And Metro Health's Breast Center offers all of the possible techniques in one location. To find out more, use the information coming up next. My thanks to Dr. McNamara for joining us this morning.
To learn more or make an appointment, call the Metro Health Breast Center at 216-957-BRST. That's 2778. Or click to www.metrohealth.org/breast-center. Want more Metro Health medical information? Be sure to tune in to WTAM 1100 each Saturday morning at 7 for Metro Health and You, hosted by Dr. Christine Alexander. Next, the sequester is hurting lots of seniors and their families right now.
Sometimes it's about beating the clock. Sometimes it's about beating fate. And sometimes it's about beating the unimaginable. But there's one opponent our team loves to beat more than any other. We love beating the odds. We are the Metro Health System. We are the proud sponsor of the comeback.
Yes, the dreaded sequester has arrived. $85 billion of across-the-board federal spending cuts rippling through the system. The question we want answered on Golden Opportunities is, how are these cuts affecting our viewers, seniors, and their families? Here to cut through the clutter to give us the facts is my law partner, Lori Steiner. Thanks for joining us, Lori. So, Lori, let's start with the big four: Social Security, Medicare, Medicaid, veterans benefits. What's the impact?
Okay, good news first. The big four programs are untouched by the sequester. So your benefits, your checks are going to be cut not even by a penny.
So the benefits not cut, no changes at all in the big four.
I didn't say that. I said that the benefits wouldn't change, but there are changes. For example, Social Security is cutting back their employment, so their people. They are going to, if you call in with a question, it's going to take longer to get an answer. Disability claims that are being processed take a long time now. It's going to take longer and longer. One of the big problems is that payments to healthcare providers are going to be cut. Now, that doesn't affect the Medicare beneficiaries' payment that they may have to make, but the doctors are going to make less. So I'm really concerned that it's going to mean that doctors and other providers aren't going to take Medicare patients. I think that's actually already happening. That's going to mean people have less access to quality care.
Are there other impacts that the sequester will have on seniors?
Lots of impacts.
Like what?
For example, senior food programs like Meals on Wheels are being cut. So that means that 18 million less meals can be delivered to congregate housing and to households. 400,000 households are going to be cut for the Home Energy Assistance Program. That's going to mean a cold and possibly a really kind of dangerous winter for a lot more seniors.
What about area agencies on aging, which deliver so many vital services?
Big cuts there too. So there's going to be less rides to doctor's appointments, to go out shopping or run errands, and less in-home support for people that they need, like dressing or chores and things like that around the house.
Well, at least with all these cuts, the government's going to save money, right?
I don't know that I agree with that, though. I mean, really cutting services like this from vulnerable seniors is going to mean that they probably get worse nutrition, they're going to have more complicated and worse health issues, they're going to fall. It's going to lessen the ability of the seniors to be able to age at home like most of them want to. So that could mean, and probably will mean, earlier and more frequent hospital stays and nursing home stays. Ultimately, what I see is that it's going to cost the taxpayers because of that more, not less, in the long run.
Gotcha. Thank you so much. Good information, Lori. The sequesters across the board cuts are already having a major impact on seniors and their families. And the savings may be a mirage because cuts that hurt our most vulnerable population, they're likely to lead to greater costs in the near future. It's time to contact your federal legislators now. Let them know they need to stop the gridlock, start talking, and stop these across-the-board cuts that hurt seniors and their families.
Call Budish, Solomon, Steiner, and Peck at 1-888-236-5173 for more information or to schedule a speaker for your organization. Or log on to www.budishandsolomon.com.
Thanks for joining us today. On next week's show, well, we got a lot of great stuff coming up. Until next week, please make the most of your golden opportunities.
Would you like to join our kitchen conversation? All you have to do is call